We've all seen artists blow up and then out of nowhere they just disappear. Today we about to watch a video titled Artists Who Destroyed Their Career in Seconds. This should be interesting. Shout out to the gang. Let's go. What's good? Dark Knight Gang. I'm Neptune. Alright, bro. Today I have a reaction. We're gonna watch this video together titled Artists Who Destroyed Their Career in Seconds. This is from Patrick CC. Yeah, man, I would love to see different artists who personally destroy their own careers, probably due to drugs, probably due to just stop being consistent putting out music, or maybe it could be kind of like DaBaby. You know, DaBaby said something crazy about, I believe, the LGBTQ community, and he got completely canceled. That is insane. But yeah, bro, we about to watch this video. I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling great. You already know I'm in the clouds. I'm big, chilling, cuz. I'm ready to watch this video. Artists who destroyed their career in seconds. Shut up to the gang. Let's go.
These artists' careers were never the same after one incident, whether it was from their own terrible decisions or a minor misstep that got blown out of proportion. Today we are going to discuss them all, starting with Macklemore, who leaked a text message that made everyone question what they thought they knew about him. In 2012 and 2013, you could not go anywhere without hearing the song Thrift Shop. Far from your typical rap song, Macklemore flexed $20 and had suburban moms dancing to his funky saxophone. This song spent 6 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Look. That song was actually decent, bro. Let's keep it a stack. I liked it. It was catchy.
Mac had one-hit wonder written all over him. He carried
did.
The most stereotypical white rapper image that is perceived as corny by hip-hop culture. But he proved everyone wrong with his second hit, Can't Hold Us, which spent 5 weeks at the #1 spot. This track was definitely more of a standard pop track, but 2 Billboard #1s in his first year as a mainstream artist stamped that he was a force to be reckoned with. However, it was all about to come crashing down, as Macklemore would suffer from success. At the 2014 annual Grammy Awards, Macklemore was nominated in 7 categories, the biggest and most prestigious being Best Rap Album and Best Rap Song. After winning Best Rap Performance and Best New Artist, people were happy to see him win 2 Grammys. Nominated for Best Rap Song up against Drake, Kanye West, Jay-Z, it seemed unlikely
He won, if I recall correctly. All right, my fault. I'm faded, but
Macklemore
this
would
is
win.
insane. I
But
do
Thrift
remember
Shop
this.
was in fact the winner of Best Rap Song of 2014, securing him his 3rd Grammy of the night. But what would come next would shock the world. Up against Drake's Nothing Was the Same, Jay-Z's Magna Carta, Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid Mad City, and Kanye West Yeezus, Macklemore had absolutely no chance of winning. Everyone was betting on Kendrick since he without a doubt had the best album of the bunch, but wouldn't be entirely surprised if it went to the other nominees. The hip-hop community was floored when Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's The Heist won Best Rap Album of the Year. The Heist
Everybody went crazy, bro. I remember Instagram went crazy. I didn't listen to any Macklemore songs except for the Thrift Shop one that blew up. It was everywhere, but I never searched him out because I was just like, this is not really my vibe. You feel me? But yeah, when this happened, everybody lost they fucking marbles, nigga.
Couldn't be a more fitting name for this.
But with that happening, how would he fall off? So
absolute robbery. Macklemore was being cooked by the hip-hop community online, reminding him in every comment section that he didn't deserve to win. He felt so much pressure that he decided to text Kendrick Lamar and apologize. "You got robbed. I wanted you to win. You should have. It's weird and sucks that I robbed you. I was gonna say that during the speech, then the music started playing during my speech and I froze. Anyway, you know what it is. Congrats on this year and your music. Appreciate
He shouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have said nothing.
you as an artist and as a friend.
Hey, I won.
Much love." We wouldn't have ever seen this text if Macklemore didn't post it to social media, which made it even worse and looked like he was just trying to get in the good graces with the public.
Did you ever feel any way about him posting the text message or anything like that?
Yeah, I think it was uncalled for, to be 100 with you.
Yeah, it was.
When he sent it to me, I was like, okay, you know, I could see him feeling that type of way because he a good dude. But I think for confirmation from the world, you know, he probably felt like he had to put it out there, which he didn't need to do. He didn't need to do, but I don't take nothing away from him anyway because I know where his heart is at, he cool.
Despite Kendrick being cordial and saying
cool.
that Macklemore meant well, hip-hop fans could never truly accept Macklemore as a part of the culture. They thought he was disingenuous, and they didn't really like his music in the first place, so this was an easy excuse to forget about him. He stepped out of the limelight, and many people suggest his music was never as ambitious ever again. He felt guilt, and that guilt ate him alive. His 2016 album, This Unruly Mess I Made, sold just 61,000 copies in the first week. Him and Ryan Lewis split up shortly after, and Mac released another solo album, Gemini, that did decent amongst his fan base, but ultimately, he hasn't had any major mainstream success in almost a decade. But unlike Macklemore, DaBaby...
Damn, Macklemore. So after he sent that apology text, which was even uncalled for, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have been like, hey, whatever. They voted for me. Like, you know? Even if I felt like I didn't win, I wouldn't say shit. But anyway... After he said that to Kendrick, that's definitely enough. You feel me? Him putting that out to the world, that definitely makes it look like he's fishing for everyone to like him. Oh, look, everybody, please like me. I even text Kendrick and say, I know he got robbed too. Like, I agree with all of you guys. Like, you see what I'm saying? It kind of gives off like that yes man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of him just standing on it like, whatever, I won, fuck it. It is what it is, move on. Instead of him being like that, he kind of just like folded, you know, just, yeah, you know, I agree with all of you guys. So I can see why a lot of people after that would lose respect and not want to listen to him anymore.
But unlike Macklemore, DaBaby refused to apologize to anyone.
Oh, shit, I just said that. See, I would be like DaBaby. I wouldn't apologize either. I'm like, hey.
To one of the dumbest downfalls of all time. Baby exploded onto the mainstream rap scene in 2019 with his hit song Suge, which peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. In a world of repetitive melodic trap, DaBaby felt fresh and exciting, providing us with bouncy and fun bangers. He dominated for the next 2 years, constantly having multiple singles on the Billboard Hot 100, and he was in regular rotation on the radio. His track Rockstar with Roddy Ricch was the number 1 song for 7 weeks straight, a very tough thing to do as a hip-hop artist. But DaBaby was always known for having a bold personality. He was the type to say whatever he wanted, and if you had a problem, he was more than willing to handle it. He even killed
DaBaby's vibes, I with DaBaby, bro. To me, he seemed like he a real dude. Like, I'm gonna keep it a stack. DaBaby seemed like a real ass nigga, bro. He seemed like he good too. I'm saying he's good as in he has principles and morals, and he gonna stand on them. You know what I mean? Even though he's killed a few people, but yeah, all of it was self-defense. But that's what I'm saying. DaBaby's a real ass dude. I feel like he's a real man. Like, he handles his business. He probably treats everybody he knows with love and respect. And if you get out of line, he ain't afraid to check you. You feel me? And I get those vibes from DaBaby. That's why I mess with him heavy. It's like, this nigga a real ass nigga, cuz.
The guy in Walmart. Don't worry, it was self-defense. Well, in July of 2021, on the stage at Rolling Loud, his loose lips got him in major trouble. Maybe some that he can't recover from.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them.
Oh yeah, this nigga. I forgot he did say that.
Like lady, if your pussy smell like water,
what are you talking about?
Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga in the parking lot, put your cell phone on.
Completely unprovoked.
That was so random. Like, why is that even on your mind while you perform it? But I think he shouldn't have been canceled for that. Like, he wasn't talking that much shit saying like, oh, I hate you if you gay. He ain't saying nothing crazy like that. So niggas definitely should not have canceled him. But you know, the world is so soft. If I was DaBaby, I wouldn't have apologized either, because he clearly didn't mean any ill will and any harmful intent to the LGBTQ community. You could, listen to what he just saying. He kind of just talking shit. It's not like he's saying, I hate all y'all niggas gotta die, y'all niggas is gay. Like, he ain't saying all that. So people canceling him, I don't agree with that. The world is so soft nowadays, bro. But let's keep going.
Fellas,
Lights up.
fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that.
Completely unprovoked and for no reason at all, DaBaby was thinking about gay men and what they do in their free time while he was on stage performing. He referred to people with AIDS as dirty and will likely die soon from the illness. Both statements are categorically and factually untrue. The clip was shared onto the internet and sent millions of people into an uproar. DaBaby addressed this on his Instagram and clarified his message.
I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up gay straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got fucking AIDS, stupid ass niggas.
Him doubling down on his comments made everything way...
I wouldn't have said anything like that. Nigga, you did too much. The homie did do a little too much. Bruh.
That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up gay straight. You want to know why?
See, this was a little
my
too
gay
extra.
Fans don't got fucking AIDS.
Why do you mention that, bruh?
Him doubling down on his comments made everything way worse, as he clearly was very uneducated on the AIDS disease and the unfair stigmas that come with it. And although he eventually issued an apology addressing the LGBTQ community, he had made countless contradictory statements after. He tried to profit off the controversy in music videos and even kind of redacted his own apology.
If I say what I say to get people to raise their cell phones and it's misinterpreted by people who watch a 5-second clip at home, you're not supposed to understand what's going on. You couldn't raise your cell phone if you wanted to, so you ain't supposed to be able to digest a clip, you know what I'm saying? A clip that has been altered and shortened with a narrative to go along with it, with enough people driving it, it's gonna do what it do.
From here, he got kicked off every major festival in 2021 that he was supposed to perform at. And even when he did perform, he was booed and had garbage thrown at him. A-list celebrities and fellow collaborators condemned him. But the controversy continued. He got into fights, tormented and broke down the mother of his child on Instagram, tried to kiss one of his fans without consent. DaBaby was not trying to save face.
Hey,
he
this
just
nigga DaBaby, cuz. This nigga.
He got into fights, tormented and broke down the mother of his child on Instagram, tried to kiss one of his fans without consent. DaBaby
Hey, my boy out here crazy. I'm still messing with him though.
was not trying to save face. He just kept saying, "I'm sorry for being me."
Right?
His ticket sales
God
plummeted,
damn.
which resorted to him offering buy one get one free deals to fill out the venues. One report alleged that he only sold 500 tickets to a venue that holds 14,000 people, and he claims to have lost $30 million
I wish
because
I
of
could
the
sell
controversy.
500 tickets.
What were the
A week or
L's?
two after.
Nigga, I'll probably sell like 20. All right, my fault. Let's
Tickets
keep
to
going.
a venue that holds 14,000 people, and he claims to have lost $30 million because of the controversy.
Like
What were the
a week or
L's,
two after. $30 million. $30 million that I would have had before the ball dropped 2021. So this happened rolling out with July. I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st.
All he had to say was, "Put your hands in the air if you just don't care,"
Right?
and all of this could have been avoided.
That's kind of
If you
facts,
think
though.
what DaBaby said was bad, you'll be horrified by what CeeLo Green said
Oh,
in a
shit!
series of questionable tweets.
Okay.
If you don't remember the name CeeLo
Let's
Green
see.
or his previous duo Gnarls Barkley, you definitely remember his two most iconic songs, Crazy and Forget You. Crazy peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spent 29 weeks on the chart. Forget You, which he released solo 4 years later, also went number 2 on the Hot 100 after spending almost a full year on the charts. CeeLo had a very unique voice and was undeniably talented. He pretty much only gave us 2 hits, but was an ever-present pop culture figure throughout the early 2010s. Whether he was hosting an award show, his own reality show, voice acting, or being a judge on The Voice, CeeLo was loved and appreciated, until some shocking allegations arose. CeeLo was accused by a 33-year-old woman he dined with at a downtown Los Angeles sushi restaurant of placing ecstasy, also known as MDMA or Molly, in her drink. The woman later told Los Angeles police detectives she woke up naked in bed in her hotel room with Green. CeeLo allegedly admitted to law enforcement that he took ecstasy, but denied drugging the woman's drink or committing sexual assault. CeeLo's sexual...
You know what's crazy? This it could have happened, and that's insane. Of course, you drugging women, bro. You need to be canceled. But what if it didn't happen? But since she came out and said it, you already know. Public opinion, bro. Public opinion is the only thing that matters, and the public believes anything the woman says. Watch. I bet you that's what happened. I bet you. And I don't even know anything about CeeLo Green, but I bet you that's what happened. Because that's just how the world works, you know?
CeeLo's sexual assault charges were dropped after prosecutors concluded there wasn't enough evidence to take that accusation to court. But he was found guilty on drug charges, which landed him 3 years probation. But it wasn't the nature of the charges that ruined his career. It's what he said on Twitter after the case. After being criticized by people in public tweets, he decided to respond. Women who have really been R-worded, remember, but point taken. So if I tried but did not succeed, but the person said I did, then what really happened? When someone breaks in a home, there is broken glass. Where is your plausible proof anyone was R-worded? If someone passed out, they're not even with you consciously. So with implies consent. It's hard to see what point he was trying to make here.
Yeah, what the hell is he talking about? It sounded like, to me, it sounded like he denied it at first. But then it kind of sounded like he says it was fine.
Remember, but point taken. So if I tried but did not succeed, but the person said I did, then what really happened?
See, so if I tried but did not succeed, why would you even say that? So it makes it seem like he did try to rape her.
When someone breaks in a home, there is broken glass. Where is your plausible proof anyone was R-worded? If someone passed out, they're not even with you consciously. So with implies consent. It's hard to see what point he was trying to make here, but the blogs were not holding back. CeeLo, it's not rape if you forget. CeeLo Green, it isn't rape if the victim is unconscious. After these tweets, his reputation was destroyed. He lost all of his live performance bookings. He quit The Voice to avoid being fired. His TV show was canceled, and he basically disappeared from the pop culture zeitgeist, pretty much surviving off royalties and small film roles here and there. But I guess him and I are friends now?
I consider myself to be one of your friends. I consider myself to be one of your friends.
The next person on our list lost her career from something that was totally out of her control. In fact, it may have even been a setup. Janet Jackson is a woman who needs no introduction. She is the youngest of the 9 iconic Jackson family siblings. Although she was not a part of the original Jackson 5, she would go on to have a massive solo music career. Jackson signed the first of 2 record-breaking multi-million-dollar contracts with Virgin Records, establishing her as one of the highest-paid artists in the industry. She was named by Billboard magazine in the 90s as the second most successful recording artist of the decade in the United States after Mariah Carey. Over 100 million records sold, 10 Billboard #1 songs, 27 top 10 hits. She is easily the most successful artist on this list, which is why her downfall is even more tragic. The Super Bowl in America is always the most watched televised program every year, with an average of around 100 million people watching the game. The halftime show has historically been a major milestone in an artist's career, as it is the biggest stage they will likely ever be on. In 2004, Janet Jackson was asked to do the show, but not by herself, which was surprising since she easily had enough hits to do a full set. Instead, she only got to perform 2 of her songs. The other time was filled out by Justin Timberlake, Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Jessica Simpson. The very last song of the performance was Justin's hit song, Rock Your Body, in which Janet assisted him. The 2 met at the center of the stage to pose for the grand finale. Justin reaches across Janet's body and pulls off the chest piece of her costume, exposing her breast to 90 million people. The wardrobe malfunction is considered the biggest controversy in televised history. This incident was actually the inspiration for YouTube because of the difficulty finding footage to rewatch online. Now, to some degree, this was planned. Justin's intention was to pull the leather piece off her chest and expose the red underneath, but he ripped too much. In the split second the camera was on Janet, you can see her look down in shock. She tried to cover herself while Timberlake stood holding the ripped pieces of her costume and bra. The FCC received more than 500,000 complaints after the performance. CBS was fined $550,000, and the halftime sponsor AOL demanded a return of the $10 million advertising cost they paid to the NFL. Justin apologized, MTV apologized, Janet apologized, even though she later regretted it because it was an accident. The media went into an all-out frenzy. The FCC investigated the halftime show to see if this was a planned media stunt meant to shock the world, citing that because she was wearing a nipple covering, that was evidence this was all set up. Class action lawsuits were filed.
That is a good point. That is a good point. You hear that?
The FCC investigated the halftime show to see if this was a planned media stunt meant to shock the world, citing that because she was wearing a nipple covering, that was evidence this was all set up. Class action lawsuits were filed against Janet by random citizens, claiming that her sexually explicit performance deserved maximum punitive damages.
Oh my God.
Every talk show host in the nation dragged her. Viacom had to...
I hate how I hate society, bro. I hate you guys. Not the gang, you know what I'm saying? If you watching my videos, we different, you feel me? But society at large, I hate them niggas. Like, who would really care? We all know it's an accident, okay? It's an accident. Leave it alone, you know? When it happened, I was watching it live. I saw her titty. I was like, oh, shit. And, you know, we all laughed. Like, we can't believe that happened. But who would really sue? I swear, society at large, I hate them, bro. I hate them.
pay out $3.5 million to settle various indecency complaints. So they went and banned all radio and TV stations that they owned from playing any of Janet Jackson's music. Janet was blackballed from the music industry over an accident, and Justin was not punished at all, even though it was definitely his fault. There is no doubt her punishment was unfair and likely due to her gender and race. Her career after that wasn't totally dismantled. She did have a #1 album, a Grammy nomination, some light Billboard presence, but this incident lingered like a dark cloud over her head for many years, and slowly she faded out of the mainstream.
I am one of those women who have been gagged, both literally and emotionally, women who have been abused, women who have been intimidated, women who have lived in fear. I stand with you. You are my sisters.
However,
she sounds so much like Michael Jackson. That shit is crazy. They sound so much alike.
Have been intimidated, women who have lived in fear. I stand with you. You are my sisters.
However, today, most people can all agree that this was just an overreaction, and she is still highly regarded as one of the most iconic pop stars of all time. Overreacting to small mistakes seemed to be common in the early 2000s, because this next artist's career was destroyed by something so small, it's almost unbelievable.
Ashley Simpson had a few hits, bro. I can't even lie. She had a few hits. Keep it a stack. She had like 2. I forgot their names, but she had like 2 hits that were kind of fire, nigga.
Ashley Simpson was the younger sister of the already famous pop star Jessica Simpson, who was a multi-platinum Billboard charting recording artist. She also had her own MTV show. Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica was one of the most popular programs on the network. MTV wanted to capitalize on the Simpson sisters' newfound fame and gave Ashley her own series called The Ashley Simpson Show. The series ran for 2 seasons and aired every week on MTV directly after Jessica's show. Viewers who were invested in Jess were introduced to Ashley immediately after. Ashley was desperate to not live in the shadows of her sister. She dyed her naturally blonde hair brown and built a pop-punk image to complement her pop-rock music.
Oh, that's
her
fire.
album's lead single, Pieces of Me, became an instant hit in the United States.
Yeah.
The song peaked at #5 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 500,000 copies nationwide. Ashley's debut album was released soon after, with an estimated 398,000 copies sold in its first week. Worldwide, the album sold more than 5 million copies. She had a bigger debut than her sister, but her career ended just before it took off. Saturday Night Live, 2004. Ashley Simpson was set to perform her single Pieces of Me when this happened.
On a Monday, I am waiting.
Oh, they weren't ready?
You might be kind of confused as to what happened. Basically, the backing vocals started playing before Ashley expected them, as it was her intention to lip sync her performance, but instead of trying to catch up to...
Or maybe even sing along. Who said she was gonna lip sync? She could have sing along.
To the song, she stood there in a panic, then hit this extremely awkward jig
That
dance
shit is ugly.
twice
What is she
before
doing?
ultimately exiting the stage without saying anything. The show cut to commercial, and when it came back, she blamed her band.
Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? Live TV.
Exactly. I feel so bad my band started playing the wrong song, and I didn't know what to do, so I thought I'd do a hoedown. I'm sorry.
If she just told the truth right away, she may have been able to avoid the backlash.
Why would you say
but
that?
instead, Ashley became a laughingstock.
Yeah. Why would you put that on your band, bitch? You could have just said, yeah, that was my fault. You know what I'm saying? I was running a little late. Ha ha ha. Why would you put that on your band, nigga? You ain't got no loyalty, nigga. All right, my fault. Let's keep going.
If she just told the truth right away, she may have been able to avoid the backlash. But
Trippy.
instead, Ashley became a laughingstock.
On a Monday, you saw me. On Tuesday, you called me. On Wednesday.
They did parodies. Damn. This Family Guy, look.
Even news anchors poked fun at her.
Sister's performance on Saturday Night Live was, well, out of sync, you could say.
All right, sorry, we had to do that. It was just our own little lip-syncing adventure.
We were mocking her.
At just 19, she was publicly
I was wondering what was going on. I was like, why she sound like a man, bro?
All right, sorry, we had to do that. It was just our own little lip-syncing adventure.
We were mocking her.
At just 19, she was publicly ridiculed by the world. And this
She
is
was
all
only
especially
19?
ridiculous considering today's standards are much lower. It almost feels like lip syncing isn't even a real thing anymore. Half of my favorite artists at their live shows just let the song play, jump around, and yell random ad-libs. Even though Ashley was a decent performer, and she did have an opportunity to redeem herself on various late-night shows, nobody cared. Nobody wanted to give her a second chance. It was too much fun to make jokes and boo her off stage.
Yeah. That's hilarious! Ah! See,
she did have a moderate...
Sometimes society is hilarious, but other times society gets on my nerve. That's hilarious, though. I would join in and boo her, too. Damn, Ashley, that sucks.
Comeback with her single Boyfriend in 2005, and her second album eventually selling 3 million copies worldwide.
Oh, that's
but
good.
She had already seen the peak of her music career, and as it slowly dwindled away, she maintained her relevance in the 2010s through relationships, various television projects, and her own social media. But the last person on our list has the most unexpected, shocking, and horrifying incidents that landed them in prison. In 2015, the world was dancing to Silento's hit song, Watch Me. The song paired with the massive viral dance, the whip and the nay-nay. All of social media was flooded with videos of people doing the dance. With Vine and Instagram peaking in popularity, Silento laid the foundation for what would become extremely normal on TikTok many years later. He performed at award shows, on Nickelodeon, every talk show in America. The virality got the single to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as 1.8 billion views on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Today, the record is 6 times platinum. Unfortunately, hip-hop dance tracks have a history of being impossible to outdo, because for every one that becomes culturally iconic, there are hundreds of cheesy failed attempts to recreate the moment. Silento waited 3 years to drop his album fresh out of high school, which failed to generate any buzz, and his second album went almost totally unnoticed. But before you could fully count him out, he made a decision that officially ended his career. On January 21st, 2021, the 23-year-old rapper was arrested for the murder of his cousin, 34-year-old Frederick Rooks, after a shooting in DeKalb County, Georgia. Police said officers found Rooks suffering from multiple gunshot wounds at a home off of Deep Shoals Circle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators did not have a suspect at the time. Responding officers were able to obtain video from the security cameras of multiple residents and later identified Hawk, or Silento, as the gunman. Silento was arrested February 1st, 2021, and then later indicted by a Georgia grand jury on 4 felonies: 1 count of malice murder, 1 count of felony murder, aggravated assault, and gun possession during the commission of a felony. As of now, the court has deemed Silento unfit for the safety of the public and will remain incarcerated until further trial. Since the trial has not started yet, we don't know how he did it, we don't know why he did it, and we don't know how long he might be in jail, but we do know is that his career is officially over.
All right, bro, that was a great video from Patrick CC. I basically gave my reaction review about everybody throughout, except for the last dude, Silento. That is insane. We don't even know why he killed his cousin. He just killed him, and he's been locked up ever since. However, I feel like, what if he hasn't even gotten a fair trial and he's just sitting in prison? I don't know. That's something to dig into. That's interesting. He just sitting in prison after killing his cousin. Well, I mean, that's what he's going to do anyway. Shout out to the gang. Great video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to see y'all next time. Yeah. Peace.
I know you want me. You said you're lonely. You can't get none of me. Smoking the gas now. Feel like a star, yeah. She wanna get rich. Proud of Dior, yeah. My heart is so froze now.